Welcome to episode 1 of the Fish Cult podcast. Today we have me, XrChris. With joining me is Backseat Pizza or Joey, and Slumpdog
Hi.
Million Bears or Sniffles or Brian.
Hello.
You guys doing?
I gotta stop watching the screen because
So,
watching the screen, I feel like I'm not talking.
I got a
Alright,
headline topic for today because it was
let's hear
actually
it.
one that really caught my eye. Apparently, because I don't know. I think Joey has a Founders Edition graphics card because it's the one I gave him.
Yeah, I have the 2060 Founders Edition.
But EVGA just dropped NVIDIA.
Really?
EGA will no longer be doing graphics cards.
For NVIDIA or
For
graphics
nobody.
cards in general? Really? I can't speak. I thought that's what they were known for. I have an EVGA card in my computer. So why the change? Why did they decide to go away from graphics cards? What else do they make?
No idea.
Do they make like other hardware pieces?
They have power supplies. They have fans, coolers, all stuff like that.
Okay, I thought they were just like, I thought EVGA was like big graphics card, like that was their thing.
They are. It's just that's what really threw me off. I saw that and so I wanted to bring that up.
But why are they dropping it? Did they say?
I think it was just problems
like
with EVGA. Meanwhile, with
why
NVIDIA.
are they dropping it? NVIDIA. So it wasn't like a graphics, not a graphics card. I guess graphic cards really don't have a shortage anymore because crypto died, huh?
Yeah, I mean they're still there for gamers and stuff like that. But
Yeah, but like they're not as used as they were. You know, people probably can't afford those big warehouses full of like 3 to 5,000
Computers,
computers.
yeah.
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
running
All
the
running
same
constantly,
graphics cards, yeah.
all having multiple graphics cards.
the market did definitely die down when crypto died.
Oh yeah, you could tell by just the pricing. Pricing dropped from like what $2,000, $3,000 for a 2080 to $1,000 for a 2080 overnight, dude. Like it didn't even happen like over
Yeah,
a long
pretty
time.
quickly.
It was overnight they fucking dropped that price. They knew nobody doing this anymore, and they were like, okay, well, gamers, it's your lucky day today.
Which was nice.
Yeah, because it was like
That makes
they pumped so much like research and money into like making graphics card better for the sole purpose of mining, and it's just like,
it really fucks
all right,
everything.
here you guys go.
There's a company that's like near me, like an actual local company, and I know this company because they're also known as K-Sport USA or Voodoo 13. They make car parts. I'm sure Joey's probably heard of them, but they make car parts, big car part people. But you walk into their store and you see K-Sport USA, Voodoo 13, which is another aftermarket like suspension arm thing. So it's like, okay, those fit, and then you see a bit mining company involved with it all, and like the first thing you walk in when you see this company is just bit mining stuff, right? And it's like the weirdest place because you're like, I think I'm in the wrong place, and they're like, oh no, it's here. But I walked in there recently, like after crypto died, and all of that's gone. They completely shut it down. They don't do it anymore.
Wow,
So
that's
Jeez.
crazy.
yeah, it's
I would say
insane.
they just must not be making any money doing it anymore, huh?
Yeah, and like they're not very dumb when it comes to they're very smart business wise because they're not just a like the guy that owns it that owns K-Sport or or K-Sport USA, I guess technically it would be, but the guy that owns it, like he'll do other shit because he's got this big warehouse. He bought a warehouse that the Fanta factory used to be, like the soda. They used to own this warehouse and produce soda out of it, but they bought the warehouse and now they make car parts out of it. But like when the pandemic hit, they bought like 4 or 5 mask making machines, and they were making masks out of the warehouse. So it's
Oh
like they,
dang.
they they keep up with trends, dude. The guy that owns
Okay.
the company is
So
very smart. But it's crazy to see like a business that was like main priority at that place just get shut down overnight. Like that's how much crypto died
Yeah.
overnight. It's pretty wild.
imagine how much crypto that guy actually has, though.
Probably a retarded amount. Like a ridiculously amount of crypto. But that guy probably also makes a ton of money. Like that business is a very nice place. Um, it's a lot of money that they have over there for sure.
Oh yeah. It's the death of crypto was huge for all of like computer parts and shit.
I just didn't give a fuck. I didn't care. I thought crypto was not worth the time in the first place.
I tried.
I mean, I'm sure some people have made their money
feel like
off
that's
of
how
it.
everybody is like right now. Chris is just like, I tried.
I
It's over. We tried.
I mean, I made a little bit of money on it.
I just never saw crypto being a long-lasting option.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like people try to make it long-lasting, but I feel like when you put value to something that isn't actually a
Has
physical object,
yeah.
is like, I feel like there's only so far you could go with it until something becomes way shady with it. Because
Like yeah, literally,
like,
it's just a number. Yeah.
yeah,
And
dude,
it's
like,
not like a controlled number
and
either. Like there's no
yeah,
safety. The
dude,
person that starts the coin could just take
it's
everything
all
and be like, bye.
software, dude. Yeah, they
Yeah.
literally can't. Actually, fucking funny you say that. I was actually watching a video today, and they were talking about God, what's his name? Red Poseidon or fucking something like that. But he was an old streamer.
Ice Poseidon?
Ice Poseidon, yeah, that's it. But he's an old streamer. But he started, vlogs, like live Twitch vlogs when that stuff first started coming out, and he eventually started getting like a bunch of hate and everything, and he ended up making like a crypto coin, like something like
Yeah, I think I heard of this. He made like $300,000 off of his
he
crypto
made
coin.
$800,000.
Yeah, and then just like
Jeez.
pump and dump.
$800,000, and then just dropped it, pulled all the money out, and left every single
left
investor
everything.
high and dry and fucked over.
Jesus Christ.
Yep. So, and this happened recently too. Like I think it's
Yeah,
literally this year. I'm gonna
it
look
was
this up
this
real
year. Yeah,
quick.
it was a few months ago, I believe. And the funny thing is too is like he talked about it like publicly, like, yeah, I did this.
Yeah,
And
and he's there's no way he's gonna get the money back. He sounds just so
he's
in
like, yeah, I did this. He's like, I did it just because I could, and I'm not gonna give anybody their money back.
So he
Okay, there's a lot of different numbers. So one says 500. I heard 800. You
I heard
said
300.
200. Yeah, 300.
Yeah.
A lot of people are saying 500, like multiple different things. So I'm guessing 500 is the real number.
There's a way you could definitely check how much exactly it is. That's just a lot of work.
Well,
Um,
this is like every website in the search came up as 500. So my guess is it's probably 500.
500. Yeah.
Yeah, like there's just too much.
Around there,
Yeah.
just
Either way, $500,000. You
that's
put it.
so much
It's
money.
$500,000 is a shitload of money. It was a full crypto rug pull. Yep.
does he even
was,
stream anymore, or is he gone?
No, he's
After
gone.
that, he's probably canceled.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
okay.
he's completely gone. He's literally just come back for like interviews and stuff. Like that's
Yeah,
it.
the earliest. This is like late January, early February. This happened.
Jeez, so it's been a while.
Yeah, then
Yeah,
May
but it
9th.
was still this year.
Yeah, then
Mhm.
like May, he came out saying how the people that invested are idiots, and he doesn't regret it.
Well, that's exactly what you want to do, to say to people you fucked over.
Yeah, right. It's a CX coin.
Yeah, the only thing
CX coin. It wasn't even CX coin. It was CX coin.
I think
What
this
a
will
fucking
like
stupid
eventually come
name.
back and haunt all the people that are actually doing this now. All the rug pulls in general that are just seemingly people are getting away with it. I think there's just such a huge influx of it, and it's so new.
And
It's
this
gonna
is
take the government a minute to be able to catch up with every single person that's doing it.
and this is another reason why I think crypto is such a fucking shady scam, dude. There's just not enough regulation for it. And like it sounds crazy, but there's almost no regulation for crypto. Like
Cool.
so many people get fucked over it from it like day by day and
Wasn't the government actually thinking about banning things like Bitcoin and
yeah,
Ethereum for a while?
I think it was in the talks. I can't remember. I think it had something to do with China too because of it. Which like doesn't make a lot of sense because there's actually a lot of like big time countries that actually have like crypto for a lot of their actual like economics, like their bank accounts and stuff, like country
Yeah,
bank
well,
accounts.
a
Like
lot of those countries have already failed. Like so recently, I forget which
well, that
El
country they
Salvador.
changed their.
well,
Yeah, I
yeah,
think we talked
so
about that last time,
Mhm.
didn't we? Yeah.
yeah, but I don't know if you guys followed the Ukraine stuff when it like first started happening. But when Russia first started getting hit with all the oh god, what's the word I'm looking for? All the God, I can't. I'm having a brain fart right now. All the fucking
Attacks when they invaded them.
yeah, but like the countries like saying like, okay, well we won't do this for you anymore.
Like the cutoffs
there-
from everybody, getting cut
yeah,
off
the
from the world,
cutoffs
pretty
from
much.
everybody. There's an actual word for it, but I can't think of it
Yeah, I
right now.
can't.
But
Sanctions when they started putting
sanctions, yes,
sanctions.
thank you,
Ah.
sanctions. Yeah, once they started sanctioning Russia, Russia lost any bank account that had a foreign currency that was pretty much any U.S. dollar, any euro, any yen, um,
And
and I
that was and
the
that's
the
the only
majority
way
of
they
the well they had the ruble, which is their own currency,
right.
and they had crypto, and
Yeah.
them pulling from crypto is actually what helped them during a lot of like the early Ukraine invasion stuff until China picked up the lost sanctions. Because China took over a lot of that stuff, which actually I'm really interested to hear how that turns out because China's also a bankrupt, failing country right now. But
Well, also China and Russia are like in talks
oh
of
yeah,
like
they're buddy buddies.
no,
They're
no, I
all
know they're in talks of like starting like I guess you could call it like quote unquote the new Soviet Union, the same kind of party as before, where it was like them versus us, NATO.
yeah. I forgot what they called it. I have to look this up now. Yeah, I don't even know how to look this up.
I guess while you're looking that up, I can bring up another topic.
Go for it.
Oh, I did tell Brian about this yesterday because I found it on my news feed.
Oh, I
But
found it. We'll establish a new international order. It
Yeah,
says
but
top
there's
Chinese
there's a name. There's
officials say China and Russia will establish a new international order ahead of meeting between Russian President Vladimir Putin and Chinese President Xi Jinping, whatever. Yeah, I don't know. Which is basically, the Soviet Union from back in the day.
I don't know how well that's gonna work because if you know anything from China and Russia, most of the time with China and Russia, they don't like each other.
Well, they're both what's it called? I mean, I guess not technically Russia, but still yes, Russia. Like, I guess technically Vladimir Putin was like a voted in president, and it's supposed to be like a democracy, quote unquote, but it's not.
No, it's
It's
far
more
from
like
it. Well, it's the
yeah,
same thing
it's
with China. China
yeah,
technically votes in. Actually, that's a really big thing right now. They vote in their presidency, and actually Xi Jinping's going for his third presidency. And the thing that's so special about his third presidency, cannot
presidency.
fucking speak.
presidency.
Thank you. Is if he gets sworn in, he's then leader for life, is what they say. So, there's a lot of factions, primarily the Hong Kong factions that want to cut that and be like, nah, you don't get a third term because you're really pushing, the CCP down. Um, but I don't know. There's so much going on with that it's
Yeah,
like the CCP.
there's so much
The,
stuff going on in general right now. It's absolutely bonkers. It feels like we're living, or I mean, we're literally like living history right now. It's crazy.
oh yeah, no, like they're already calling this the second Cold War, which would make sense. I think the Cold War went on for like what, fucking 30 years or something. So, like,
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
a
Found that.
lifetime nearly.
it
Could be.
was. I forgot that. I think it was like early 80s to like 91. I can't remember the first date, but it was a long time if I remember right. There was like something like 4,300 different nukes launched in that time period too, like tested.
Jeez.
47 to 91.
It was so it was World War II to 91. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It makes sense because I think it like was caused from the World War II,
Yeah, it was.
which just shows how petty countries are. Because like realistically, nobody running any country was even alive back then. So I don't understand the argument. I feel like one side of the world is just so stuck in their own world. I mean, I don't know which side it is. It could be either side, to be honest. But I feel like both sides are just so stuck in their own head that they
Well, I
can't like
mean,
open up.
no,
It's like any
no
political person.
country is gonna be perfect, but like,
Yeah,
you
but
gotta
like,
give and take what is good around the world, and just say, yeah, I'd rather live in this part of the world than that part of the world, because in that part of the world, if the government says I can't do it, I will literally get shot and killed for not doing it.
oh yeah, no, I'm not saying that ours is worse than theirs because they do actual human atrocities.
Yeah,
But
like how they're how they have enslavement camps for Muslim people in China.
yeah, the Uyghurs.
Yeah, that we've just been like keeping quiet for the past however many years.
Oh, dude, I know. That like everybody blinks an eye at it. It's like even when all the Beijing stuff came
It was
around for
like,
the Olympics, like everybody was like, "Oh, the Olympics, how special!" And I'm just like, "Nah, dude, I ain't gonna celebrate the
yeah,
Olympics." I was like, just a month ago, they were coming out saying words like genocide and stuff, like the Uyghur
exactly.
people, and it's just like
And then
like
it's just like nothing came from that. It was just like, yeah, this is what they're doing, and
this is
nobody's gonna do anything.
this is how fucking blind people are, dude. Like everybody's so obsessed with climate control and climate change and all this shit, but like they don't realize, and then they're like all happy like China, yeah, China's great, but they don't realize like China's like literally the world leading polluter
Mm-hmm.
by far. It's
Yeah,
not close. They purposely do. It is far. They
yeah,
mass fish
it's how they get
oceans.
advantages. Yeah,
Yeah,
they're not gonna stop.
they're the biggest coal producer. Like they're the dirtiest country in the world.
Yeah,
When it comes
they
to
literally have a
pollutants.
way like, think of LA times like 20 for their
And it's
small cap, and it's all across their country.
yeah, and it's the worst part is it's not even like the people, dude. Well, I mean, it is the people to a point, but it's the government
It's because they're forced
at
to.
first. Yeah, the government produces this issue, and it's crazy how like long the world was blind to this shit too. Because I started learning about all the atrocities and shit like years ago, dude. Like this has been happening for so long. It's like back in like 2014 when Russia invaded Crimea is like when all this stuff started happening. Like China's been sending it's the only country that takes people escaping from North Korea and will send them back to North Korea. Every other country and like around there like South Korea and I
Yeah,
guess
they'll
that's
take
probably
them
their only
as like
choice. Like
refugees.
yeah, they'll be refugees, but like China will actually send you back
Send them
to North
back.
Korea. And
Well,
like
isn't China the only country where you can fly in and out of North Korea anyways? Like you have to get like
yeah,
a
'cause
flight
they're
from
buddy.
China.
They're,
Yeah, they're
yeah, they're
buddy
buddy
buddy.
buddies. Yeah, they're really good buddies. Even though they're not supposed to be because China was like part of the EU. And it's like another thing, dude. Like, why are we still paying for them being like this quote unquote third world country? Like, we like as a U.S. nation and the UK does actually a lot of nations do this, but they send money to China because of it being like a third world country or like a like a
A developing country.
lower developing country, but at the same point, like they have a fucking space program, dude. They just got in trouble not too long ago for supposedly, I don't know if you guys heard this on the news. Remember like those old news stories where like something hit the moon and like
Mm-hmm.
nobody knew what it was?
Yeah.
Like, tell me that wasn't fucking China trying to get on the moon to claim it. Like that makes so much fucking sense, dude. Because right after that stuff, all the space race fucking launched up, and like everyone's like, "Oh, no, nothing hit the moon. It was nothing." It's fucking China, dude. China hit a moon with a satellite trying to fucking take over the moon, and like it's so far fetched. But like, how much you want to bet that like this space race is to like claim the moon as like a country territory?
Oh,
Well,
probably.
that's how it'll be for every other
No,
planet
dude,
out
that's
there.
100%. That's what it is, dude. And
Yeah.
that's why the U.S. is so up and at 'em and getting to the moon all of a sudden, dude. Because it's like just a few years ago they shut like NASA down. They didn't
Well,
give a shit. And
NASA's now being auctioned to a privatized company, which yeah,
well, I thought they
but
already figured that
it's
out. I thought SpaceX was taking that over.
yeah, exactly. So it's no longer government ran, it's billionaire ran.
Yeah,
So
but either
It just so happens that
but
America
it's
has
government
so
funded.
many
No, it's
more
still a government project.
billionaires in the world in the world. It's
Yeah, but it's still a government project. Like
yeah, but the amount of money the government puts in compared to like these actual billionaires where they have their own personal reasons,
yeah,
like
but that's the
it's
government. That's the
probably, it's like, hey, we're gonna make it to the moon and it's gonna be our property, so we'll have like our own segregated, but everything else you could have kind of thing.
I feel like they're more into it than what they say, but Either way, like they're probably like the ones that like lead the whole thing, but they don't like do all the work. But yeah, I feel like they're all up in arms to claim the moon before China, and I feel like this is like a legitimate space race, and I feel like it's just a continuation from the old one, and it just puts us into a place where like, did the Cold War really end? Or like, did we just get some bullshit paperwork that said it did? I feel like that's just been the whole world. It's just been some bullshit paperwork that says this happened, but nothing actually ever gets done.
Yeah,
Like
well,
nobody solves
uh,
problems.
I mean, it's a
um,
little bit different than the original Cold War.
Well, yeah, but it's because there's such a media attention to it, like no other compared to the Cold War, that like people of these countries just be like, no, what the fuck? Why? Like, you know, you can't have your country revolt against you like fucking you could in the Cold War, where you get away from shady shit.
well, I think the internet has a big like difference to what it was back then to what it is now because
Well, it
now
wasn't
it's
back.
just now it's just like what very limited TV news and paper news you had versus now everybody's covering it, you know? So
Yeah,
it's a lot different in that way.
yeah.
All right.
Sorry,
Well,
answering text.
I do have another topic
Um,
to bring up.
I got one
okay.
too.
Well, this one is the one I told you about yesterday, Brian, because it popped up when we were playing games.
Which one was it?
The um, the lead of Microsoft leaving after 15 years of Halo. Sorry, head of
Oh
Halo
yeah, the head of Halo left.
after 15 years of being head of 343.
Which is actually funny because I think we talked about this in the podcast last time about Halo going to shit. Um, yeah, dude, that just cements it at that point. Like, you can't just have the dude that's like
Chick.
been leading Halo, because like, what was his name?
It
Did
was a
you?
she.
Is it she?
Mm-hmm.
It must not have been like the original creators of Halo then.
Bonnie Ross, founder of 343 Industries.
Oh, so
Dang.
343. Okay, the fuck that. I thought you were talking like
Well, she's the head of
the
Halo because
original.
she is the head of 343.
Well, now, yeah. But I can't blame her, dude. She did a terrible job. What? I don't care about that. I thought you were talking like the original dudes that started the old
Bungie.
Bungie, not Bungie, Halo. Like the
Well,
actual.
yeah,
I
well,
don't. I
which was
don't.
Bungie.
Were they Bungie?
Yeah,
I
Bungie
thought
was the
they got
original
bought
Halo.
out by Bungie.
No, original Halo was the
Was
Bungie guys,
Bungie,
and then
and then they got bought out by Microsoft.
they got bought out by Microsoft, kind of disassembled into 343, and then they all went and rejoined Bungie.
Kinda. They weren't all
It was
three
a
four
weird
three.
kind of transition thing that
I was
happened.
about to say a lot of people from Bungie stayed at Bungie and created Destiny.
Yeah.
And then that kind of flopped too. Everybody plays the shit out of it, but I feel like that game flopped hard. That game was one of the most boring games to come out.
I honestly have like very, very limited time. Like I have less than an hour of total play in Halo. Like
You know,
that whole industry I just completely skipped over.
I
Never really interested me.
I hate it because like the old games were so fun and like I spent so much time on them and like I enjoyed them. Like they're properly some of the best games I think made, but like the new ones, dude, they're just so since 343 took over, literally like that I can't even. I was so bummed about it, and like it killed the series for me because if you play a Bungie Halo game, and I mean like a original Xbox copy or Xbox 360 copy of a Bungie game, which you can't now because all the servers are closed, but like those were like the best, dude. Like honestly, because you just don't have that anymore. Like the games became so soulless after Halo 4. Like they didn't feel like the same game. Like Halo 4 was like very different, and like the boss sequence ended up in like something where you don't even fight the boss, dude. And like it's just it was so weird because like I played that game for the story because that's what it was great for. And like they just killed the story, dude. Like even like the new game, I was so excited for it. I was like, it's a refresh from it. Like they're gonna do good. Like it's an open world. Like there's so much potential. And it's the one Halo game I haven't beat. I've just got so bored of it, dude. It feels like a Far Cry game. It's like go here, do this, go here, do this, go here, do this. There's no like substance in it. It's not like like Bethesda that does like
Storytelling,
great,
kind of.
like amazing open world games where they're actually like full of life, dude. Like this just game feels like that new Sonic game where it's just like, yay, it's pretty, but like, what is there to do? Like I feel like I'm just gonna go here, take the boss, kill this guy, go here, kill the boss, go here. Like I don't know. Like it was just very uninspiring, and I feel like it took so long to traverse the map that you would get bored of it.
So I was looking at that roadmap that you were telling me about last week. Did you realize
Oh
that
yeah.
they don't have level replayability yet for the story mode?
Yeah, but that's because it's an open world.
But
You do have to go through and play it again. But no, that's been a thing since the beginning. I don't think they're gonna do that.
they said that it's in the roadmap to add level replayability.
Oh, are they gonna do?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, unless they're gonna do it.
Which is just something kind of like weird that you'd think of a AAA game coming out should have level replayability when it comes out.
Yeah, but I mean, look at fucking Fallout or Skyrim. They don't have level replayability unless you go back and replay the game.
Yeah,
If you fail a mission in a Bethesda game, you fail that mission. There's no going back. You gotta restart the game, or go from like a previous save.
yeah, I guess.
Which I think that's probably the thing that saves it, because I don't know if you have the same save system in Halo as you do in a Bethesda game, where you could have multiple different save worlds and all that shit.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. But they
Did you
put it
hear
on
about-
the roadmap though, so
Yeah. Did you hear about speedrunners calling Halo Infinite's any percent dead?
this is already dead.
It's just so broken, dude, that like people were like, okay, this 10-hour game's gonna take 3 hours, and then you have people finding like secret guns that weren't supposed to be picked up, that it's just literally just like an automatic tank rifle.
What the heck?
Yeah, literally in the beginning of the fucking game, a place that you can get to, you go up on this cannon and you can pick up this tank gun that's just like an auto, and it was found within like the first fucking like few days the game was open. And like it turned like a 3-hour any percent run to a 40-minute any percent run. And it just, a lot of people were just like, yeah, this is kind of dead. And then like they found out a bunch of other glitches about like save reloads, and like how you could like literally teleport across the map, because like how the game positions everything at 0-0 and then runs their position off like the x-axis at 0-0 or xy-axis at 0-0, which is like the middle of the map. And what happens if you spawn one item in like a certain area, and then you like dupe the game where you kill an enemy and jump in a ghost or jump in a vehicle at the same time, it doesn't know where to put you, so it keeps the ghost or wherever that you got into spawn, and then based off that point of location to 0-0 on the map, it will teleport you across the map to a third location. It'll triangulate another area for you to spawn, and it's a predictable thing. So that people are able to teleport across the map however they want. All they need to do is hit and jump in a vehicle.
I feel like this game would have gotten
It's
so much more
so
backlash
broken.
if it didn't release right around Battlefield 2042.
No, because Battlefield 2042 sucked ass too.
That's why, because this was better than that, and so it
That's
didn't get
fair.
as much flack.
Oh, I get what you're saying. I misread what
So
you said.
Battlefield was such a flop that this game.
Made Halo
It
good.
helped. It made
This-
Halo look better.
Oh man, dude. What happened to AAA titles, dude? I remember when we were growing up, everybody had their thing. It was either Call of Duty, freaking Halo, or there was just, I don't know. it
Like
was
a
just-
Nintendo title, yeah.
Yeah, but it was always good. You know, it was always solid. It would be once a
Yeah,
year,
I don't-
always solid.
If this doesn't prove the fact that microtransactions and free games don't destroy games, then I don't know what does. Because like ever since microtransactions and like these free games have been coming out, dude, games just suck. Like nothing's fun anymore. Like
What
I
I'm
used
really
to,
excited for is the new Skate game, which is supposed to
Oh,
be free as well,
Skateboard?
which probably.
but like worries me, dude, because that's an EA ran game. You know how fucking bad EA is with
Yeah, I know. So
microtransactions.
what I'm
But, like,
assuming is
what's
it's gonna be
worse
like
about
you
that
want a new
game-
shirt, it's gonna be you want to
Dude,
fight,
yeah,
it's gonna be $5 for every
Yeah,
shirt, every
dude,
freaking
like
board,
this, which
every
sucks
little
because that
thing.
made the game, dude. And it, like, I bet they're gonna add microtransactions to like, oh, you want this cool skate ramp? You gotta buy it.
No, I don't think it'll be like that. Maybe it's
No, but
like
like you
you
know,
want
like the
this
custom
cool.
level shit, that you could do, and how everybody like would make these crazy custom levels. I feel like they're gonna do things where it's like you have this certain amount of ramps, and you could do this. But
No,
if you want to use
They
this,
they've said it, although it's not gonna be like pay to win or pay to play. at all. So all features of the game will be free. It'll just be anything cosmetic.
I'm not saying it wouldn't be free. I was just saying like special shit of it would be free, or it wouldn't be free.
Like, but I'm saying the full access of the game you're gonna have, like, it'll just be what I think in that case it would be like, oh, this you have an option to spray paint your ramp, or this ramp is spray painted
Like
already.
colors.
Yeah, exactly.
That makes sense. I can see that.
So they are
No.
trying
I
to stick
wonder-
to the fully cosmetic route.
Yeah, that's what they said.
I kind of wonder how Forge is gonna do in the same sense. Because they're still supposed to release Forge for Infinite.
There's
And,
a possibility that that saves the game.
No, I don't think so. I don't think enough people are gonna come back to the game because of Forge.
I
Like, yeah,
don't
there's
think
a big
so.
population, but it's such a small thing. Like, it's not like multiplayer. Multiplayer is so much bigger than Forge.
That is true.
And if they have issues with multiplayer, then it doesn't matter, because how good Forge is, because you could build these crazy Forge maps, but if multiplayer's not good, then who the fuck cares?
Yeah, they
Right?
kind of go hand to hand. They have to work with each other.
Yeah, dude, Forge is nothing without multiplayer.
Hmm.
And, like, the multiplayer isn't bad, but it's just, like, lacking, dude. It's so
Very
lacking.
bland.
The only way I could see this being saved isn't from 343 themselves. I see the Halo community coming together and saving the game, and that is the only hope it has.
I could see Microsoft stepping in to try to fix shit because I mean it is Microsoft's game. That is their baby. This
Yeah.
is what made Microsoft Microsoft. This is what started Xbox. If they really want to save the Xbox, this is the game that they really need to stick to.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, if you guys want to move off of that topic, this is a just kind of throwaway topic, but I wanted to bring it up because I thought it was kind of funny.
Well, how about we do this? How about we do like a little bit like more people that are listening get to know us kind of thing. So like, what's your guys' favorite ice cream?
Oh, dude, that's a hard one. I'm so picky when it comes to like food items. I'm a sweet tooth when it comes to ice cream though. I like chocolate a lot of the times, or like Rocky Road is a big one.
I'm cookie dough. Cookie dough.
Cookie
Cookie
dough.
slaps, dude.
I
Or-
actually hate cookie dough.
I mean,
I
to
think
each
you're
their own.
you're a
Unpopular opinion.
communist.
Unpopular opinion, I know.
You're a
I
fucking
do not like it.
Communist.
Oh shit, my
Well,
headphones are gone.
my favorite is mint and chip. By
Okay,
far, too.
Mint and chip slaps too. I will give you that.
I know it slaps, and it doesn't just slap; it slaps. Okay.
Dude, there's a frozen custard place by my house called Andy's, and dude, that place is like
Ooh.
diabetic heaven. It is
I've actually never
so
had custard.
freaking good, dude. Like they have these things called concretes, and it's like ice cream, but they like whip a piece of pie into it. So they'll take like a full ass piece of pie and just whip it up with some ice cream, and it's the best thing I've ever had. Like if I was rich and like could eat whatever I want, dude, I'd be over there every day.
So I did realize that we, like what Joey was saying, we should probably like kind of introduce ourselves a little bit. I was wondering if we wanted to, talk about how we met each other.
Oh, sure. Yeah, that'd be kind of a
Dude,
good topic.
That'd be a good one, dude. I still remember the game I was playing when I met Joey.
So yeah, if you
You
want
go
to
ahead and
yeah,
explain
go
it then. Yeah.
Literally fucking I mean I know why it fucking stuck with me, but like it's crazy.
So
that it stuck with
basically, we all met
So-
playing in this game, Counter-Strike
No,
Global
I met
Offensive.
you. I was playing alone,
Yeah.
dude. I was solo.
I know, but
queuing.
this is how it was like introduced, like base
Yeah,
story.
dude. 'Cause
Yeah.
I was playing with Joey back at the time when he was known as Poop Nation YouTube.
I was
and,
solo
like-
queuing too. Yeah,
and,
we were
like,
both solo queuing.
Yeah, dude. So what happened is we were both solo queuing and like we were talking and like you being like you doing YouTube was so interesting to me that like I was like I ended up like hitting you up and like I didn't know any I was just getting into computer gaming at that time, so I didn't know anybody. I didn't have any like other friends to play with other than Chris and Colton. And this is back when I actually like went online and played with people. So I was like oh shit, dude, let's play. And then we like ended up just starting playing fucking Counter-Strike. Like the rest was history, dude.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I remember that
we just
first game
never
though. What it
never
was, it
split,
was
dude.
just like
Dust 2, bro. It was
Yeah,
fucking Dust 2.
we
were-
just like
we
we
were-
were on the same team. And we were just like talking to each other, and I was like, man,
I
like
think we lost too. Like we didn't even do that good. It was like a
it
low
was just
silver game.
the fact that we were like connecting. I was like, yeah, yo, you like you want to play? Like this was fun.
Dude, yeah. Well, at first, like, I was just like, oh, this kid hates me. Like, I was like, he's so buffish. Like, he just doesn't like me. And then I was just like, oh, this is how he is. I was just like, he's just cocky.
I did not want to play with Joey when Brian talked about you. Because Brian was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I met this kid Poop, and he's really cool. You guys want to play with him?" I was like, "No." And he's like, "Come on, he's a really nice guy." I was like, "No, I'm not playing." Me and Colt were both completely against playing with you,
Just because of my name or what?
just because we were like a
Well,
closed
just
circle.
they don't like playing with
Oh,
people, dude.
Yes.
Even today, they don't fucking play with people, dude.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, Colton's so against new people.
We've got
It's
a
so
very
hard to like.
closed circle.
Yeah, it still is a very close circle. Like like I don't think I've played, with too many people other than like Chris and Colton over the last few years. Like it's really crazy. Like if I play video games, it's usually with one of them.
I mean, I've kind of branched out. I mean, it's always with one of the people
Well,
of the group.
with the group at this point, yeah, it's with one of the five.
But I've gone in with I've played with Dragon and then his friends and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean I still play with other people, but just not as often
But
as I used to.
yeah, I definitely stick with our group. It'll definitely be one person in the group there.
Yeah,
I
it
don't
is
usually play
very
without anybody.
very tight.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. And that was like, we've known each other and been playing video games with each other now for like forever. Like it was my freshman year when we started playing.
Oh yeah,
Right,
dude,
so
it's
that's
been literally
4 plus.
multiple years. Cause yeah,
It's been like 7 years, seven and a
yeah,
half years
I
that
was
we've
still
been
in high
playing
school.
games.
Yeah, that's fucking
That's
wild, dude.
crazy.
Yeah,
It has
dude,
been long.
I've shit, dude, I've known Chris for 9 years already.
Has it been
Oh,
9 years?
9 years, dude, cause it was like
My
2013.
freshman year.
Yeah, I was sophomore year, and then it was 2012 when I was a freshman.
I was 15 when we met. Holy crap!
Yeah, dude, it's been almost 9 years. Cause I met Chris in a CAD class, and he sat next to me, and it was like the same thing where it's just like I didn't know anybody, and like
Yeah.
I did like I just like didn't have any friends, so like we just started chatting. I remember because fucking Chris didn't even have his driver's license yet. I remember like talking to him about him getting his permit and driver's license.
I thought it
That's
was
pretty
funny
awesome.
because when
It's so
I
crazy.
first got into CAD, the person I was sitting next to you and Skylar, and in my mind, I was better friends with Skylar when we first started class, just because you were kind of more to yourself than kind of
I
with
did.
me.
Well, it was that, or I would talk to Justice, because
Yeah.
Justice sat left to me, and Justice and me were good buddies. So like I always would chat with him. And then
That-
fucking Finley would always yell at Justice. Fucking Bird was always doing some kind of weird shit in the computer.
He was never doing his work.
No, dude. I remember he was like showing me like a fucking a video on like Windows 7 beta about how to change like the back screen, and he like made a video and posted it to YouTube. And he's like, "Yeah, dude, I made this video like 6 years ago," and he's like, "It's got like 57,000 views," and I was like, "No fucking way." And he like brought it up, and we were just like going through it, and we're scrolling through the comments, and half of them like, "Oh, dude, it crashed my computer, blue screen," like all this shit just split screen. He's just like going down. Holy shit! I just ruined all these people's lives.
Jesus.
That was so fucking funny, dude. Oh, that was some good times.
Yeah,
Man, to be young and dumb again.
to realize that I should just go back and realize that you were actually going to be the friend I actually started hanging out with almost daily.
Dude, it's really funny because I remember Ty was in that class, and he'd always get yelled at, and I never really liked that kid. But he fucking, did I ever tell you about how like he knew Michelle and like he always was like like he was always over at my house?
Dude, does he live in Phoenix?
He used to. He lives up in Gordonville now, but
I was about to say, I
he
think
used
he
to-
goes to the gym.
yeah, he used to live down here, and he used to be over at my house all the time. Fun fact, he's actually like the reason I started smoking weed. But dude, like at first he was cool, but then he just got so weird and like so weird. And at like one point I was just like, Michelle, dude, like he can't come over anymore. Like I don't like him over here. I was like, he's too unhinged.
Yeah, I was never a huge fan of that guy. Never really liked him.
Yeah, I'm indifferent.
So I have like sad news about going to Arizona. I don't think I'll ever be going to Arizona again on like
What
a
do you mean?
business trip.
Oh, why?
Because they're changing the way that it's gonna work out there. Like they're having other like another company handle it, kind of thing.
He's gonna
Oh.
move out here, dude.
Yeah, I just gotta go. Now I'll just have to go down there and visit myself. But yeah,
At this point, I think we should all just move more west and just go to Texas, just for.
East.
yeah, that's not west,
Sorry,
man.
sorry.
That's the opposite of west.
Okay, my bad. Okay,
Joey
east,
is
which-
literally farthest west he can go. Unless
Gosh,
he
I thought
goes
his
into the
Californias
ocean.
were dumb, man.
But yeah, so yeah, Texas. We should really move more east to Texas.
I
I
almost
feel like
moved to
Or
Texas.
north. Like we can go to
yeah, but like
Oregon or
what?
Washington.
No, Washington's terrible. I
Okay,
will
but
never.
Oregon. But I mean Oregon, bro.
Nah, or
Plus you
that
can get
that
so much.
whole.
Plus you can get so much property for so little money.
Oh, I thought it was expensive as hell out there.
You could literally get like acres for like $100,000
Yeah, but like what's
or
out there,
less.
dude? Like in my business, like
Opportunity.
no, dude, I wouldn't have it. I would fucking lose money if I lived out there. I
Well,
wouldn't make
and
jack
if
shit
known
doing what
enemies
I
ever
do.
blows up, it'd be internet money, so we could literally live wherever we wanted and still make money.
Yeah, but it's remote stuff is different. I'm not remote stuff. I do fucking actual labor. I
Yeah,
mean,
but I'm saying if known
realistically, I
enemies
could probably
blows
make
up,
money.
you guys are affiliated.
Don't
So
they have
you
like?
guys would be affiliated with blowing up with us.
Oh yeah, I
But
did
don't
forget
they have,
to mention that in the top of the podcast. We are we are partnered with Known Enemies, and we are we using Anchor again?
Yeah, but you don't have to say you're powered by Anchor. It's just like
I
giving a
don't.
shout out that you don't need to.
Oh,
Shout
I
out
don't.
Anchor. Anchor
I don't
is
think
Anchor's by Spotify, so you can get your own personal podcast onto Spotify for free. They act as their own middleman, which is very cool. Thank you, Spotify.
Yeah, that is really cool that they do that and do offer a platform that's actually
And it's
very easy
completely
to use.
free. Yeah, and it's
It's
completely
very easy
free.
to use. It's a very good program.
all right. Well, if you guys would like, I can bring up another topic.
I got some.
Go ahead.
Okay,
let's
it's
see-
more of
let's
a,
hear
it's more of
about
a, it's more of a fucking story. Remember last time
Ooh,
how
I
we were
like
talking about
stories.
Moist Critical?
Yes.
Yes, Charlie.
Dude, so okay, I was stoned like a fucking infidel in the Middle East, but I'm still in the bed watching videos. I was kind of like just chilling, dude. I was like half asleep, but it was just like auto playing through YouTube videos. So I was just like watching like fucking Moist Critical and just random shit, and a video pops up and it's like age restricted. And I was like, well, this is weird. I was like, I've never had an age-restricted video pop up. So I was like, okay, let's watch it. So it's a Moist Critical video. And, dude, it was just weird because we were talking about, like, Moist Critical and, like, everything we were talking about. Like, it was, like, the same night. It was, like, the, like, later Sunday that this happened. But, he got into the conversation of just how more people are just fucking going crazier. And, like, it was weird because, like, it was, like, just something that I was like already thinking about. So it was like me chilling on my bed, and then that pops up, and I'm already thinking about it. But he's just like going into like how people are just getting more crazier and crazier as like time goes on, and like it just kind of makes you think. And like I like started doing research into it. I think like it's like a true thing. I feel like the internet's like driving people to like insanity, dude. Like I feel like it just throws such a fake world at people.
It definitely does. Like, you can see that. I
Well,
mean,
dude, it's like Alex Jones, dude. Alex Jones, you know, like the frog gay guy. Um, he
Frog's gay.
he got found guilty for defamation after he claiming the shooting in Texas was a hoax.
Well, shooting of not just any shooting, the Sandy Hook shooting.
Yeah,
and
the
yeah.
big hook.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was found on a
But
hoax.
why?
Dude.
That's a very good thing that he got sued.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. But like,
Yeah, that man actually deserves to rot for that. He doesn't deserve
no, I
anything.
agree with that. No, that's not what I'm
Okay,
saying.
I
But
just
it's
want
like,
to make sure that point was clear because
Yeah.
it sounded like it could go either way here, and I
That's-
didn't want to
that's-
be on the wrong side of things, man.
that's fair. But yeah, dude, like, have you ever like thought about it? Just like the last like let's say 10 years, just like shit's gone like crazy with people, dude. Like the internet's picked up, and like I don't know if it's just that we hear more of it, but like some people are
Nuts. Yeah.
fucking nuts, dude. And it seems like there's just like more and more like unhinged people coming out of the woodwork, dude. And like the
Yeah,
worst
no,
part
it's
is a lot of these people have like followings. Like there's fucking like
Andrew
there's a lot of
Tate.
like Yeah,
Well, I mean,
yeah,
he
Andrew
just got
Tate.
shut down. He is no longer like on the face of the internet
Yeah,
to
but dude,
be seen.
there's been so many like crazy people with like these
Right,
fucking
which is just
crazy
like with the
followings.
death of someone like Andrew Tate, like he's kind of like a pioneer for like, that kind of personality to be on the internet. There's gonna be for one Andrew Tate that's now
One,
banned, there's gonna be 10, 15 that
yeah,
pop up behind
10 to
him.
take his place. He was like pulling a gray hair. He pulled once, he's
Yeah.
put place play. It's the same thing how the world works, dude.
Well, talking
Like
about
now that that's,
good.
I said now that that's like stapled as like a business move, like it's popping up all over the place. People will do anything to make money off of it, no matter how scummy it is. They call it selling your skull for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you sell your soul because you sell your morals, and that's how you
Right.
make real money.
Talking about Andrew Tate, you guys know that I'm a big G2 fan when it comes to CS:GO.
Yeah.
Apparently, the CEO of G2 is on probation. Oh, on an 8-week suspension for partying with Andrew Tate.
Dude, hell yeah.
Wait, who is? I didn't catch it.
The
That's
CEO
hilarious.
of G2, he got
No way.
suspended because video came out of him partying with Andrew Tate.
What the heck?
Dang, that's crazy.
Okay, so
Go
I
ahead.
know we were talking about like cryptocurrencies earlier,
Mhm.
but right now there's a lot of new like cryptocurrency coins that are coming up like to replace the dollar, right? So all of them are based off of gold still, um,
So wait,
or
they're
quote
actually based
unquote.
off something? Because before it was just all like
Or no, not
software.
like necessarily, but like the value of the coin is based off the gold because that's what the value is based off of. Oh wait, no, because I'm dumb because I'm thinking that the U.S. dollar is based off gold now, but it's
Yeah,
not anymore.
I was about to say,
Um,
what are you
no,
talking
but
about?
they're
Like that'd make it more secure than the U.S. dollar.
I'm so dumb. That's just ignore me. But there's a lot of cryptocurrency coins coming out right now to like replace the dollar, and they're all like USD Tether, USD Coin, Binance USD.
I think
they're
they're all
all
a scam.
just a dollar, right? And they hold billions of dollars, which is kind of crazy to me.
Well, that's how the coin that not crypto, Bitcoin was based off, because Bitcoin is based off another coin if you weren't aware, but it's based off a coin that pretty much follows the dollar value. But that's why crypto crashed in the fucking first place and nobody learns about their mistakes, because the crypto coin that Bitcoin, had its big loss from, it dropped under $1 for the first time ever due to, just like economic stuff.
Huh.
And because it dunked under the dollar and Bitcoin didn't actually use $1 for an actual value for their product, that they tanked. It was like the biggest loss in crypto, and it killed crypto. Pretty much killed
Yeah,
crypto.
I mean, it went from
Whether it's gonna,
50 million or 50,000 to like 20,000, right? Here, I could look at it right now.
yeah, I was busy
Yeah, it went from
more
freaking
like they were.
61,000 to freaking 20,000.
Yeah,
That
like
is
that.
insane.
That's a huge drop. Because what's the how many coins are in circulation?
66,000, sorry.
How many coins are in
There
circulation?
are their market cap is at $378.2 billion. Holy cow.
378 billion.
Yeah,
Wait, dollars or coins? I want to know the coins.
billion dollars
No, I
worth of
want to know how
coins.
many. I want to know how many coins.
I don't know if I could see.
Just type in Bitcoin coins in circulation. I'm sure somebody has a number.
I should be able to find it on. It is not popping up. I think. Let me check.
About 19.07 million bitcoins are in circulation,
So 19.
and that there are only 1.92 million bitcoins left for mining.
So there's 19 million. Um. So what was the first number? You said 66,000.
66,000, yeah. That was this year
So
at the highest.
the beginning of this year, the highest amount Bitcoin was worth $1.254 trillion. So $1,254,000,000,000. With the drop, because you said it's like at what, 20,000 right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, now it's at 380.
70.
billion.
378 billion. Yeah.
So
Which is
they
still
lost.
a crazy amount of money, but yeah.
They lost $700 billion.
Oh man.
700 billion. Like, just think of that number. 700 billion. And people say crypto is safe when $700 billion disappears over a month period. Or however many months. It's probably about a month. It was probably really quick.
Yeah.
But, like, tell me that, like,
That's pretty scary, dude.
basing coins off a dollar doesn't work, dude. Like, because that drops, it was off a coin that dropped 20 cents, dude. One coin dropped 20 cents and $700 billion goes missing. That is probably not the exact number, but it dropped like very,
Very, very
very
minimal. Do you
small
know
amount.
what coin Bitcoin's actually based off of? Do you know?
I can't remember it. I've been trying to look for it. Bitcoin based off, because it was like another coin, and it was like it was literally based off like a dollar. Let me see if I can find it.
What I'm not finding anything about it.
Yeah, because there was like an actual like crypto coin that it runs off of. It like explained like why the Bitcoin has value. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's how, or at least what research that I did on it, that's what it was coming up as.
So the only two countries right now that are officially using crypto as their uh, fucking currency is El Salvador and Central African Republic.
And
Well, they're pretty poor countries, aren't they?
I know
I mean,
El
they can't be really.
Salvador.
I mean, what like fucking
yeah, I don't know
realistically,
about
like,
South Africa. They have a
oh,
lot of exports, don't they?
like, dude, just to be able to like buy crypto, like you need a decent amount of money to like get on the internet and be able to like purchase it. You need like a bank account and like routing number and everything. And I feel like that's normally here, but I feel like a lot of countries don't have that. So I don't know. I mean, I've never been to El Salvador or the other country you mentioned, but
It's
I mean,
Central Africa,
yeah,
African Republic.
Central Africa. I don't know, dude. Like, I don't know if it makes as much sense to them as it would to us, because like in the U.S., everybody has phones. But like,
Never mind. The whole country is worth about $2.3 billion.
yeah, dude, like that's nothing. I mean, that's a lot, but that's nothing.
It's nothing.
Country.
Like
Yeah.
Bezos can go buy the
For a
country.
country, no, it's like Shell took over. God, what country is Shell based in? Because it's like Shell is like there's a big controversy over it now because the Shell Corporation, like the gas company, has like
Yeah.
leveraged a country into um kind of like to do whatever they want because like oh yeah, Nigeria. So Shell owns a lot of Nigeria for the simple fact the only thing that comes out of Nigeria, like I think it's like 40% of their market is oil,
Oh dang.
and Shell owns all 40% of that oil markup that comes out of Nigeria. So, uh, they're kind of at Shell's like reign, So like the population of Nigeria has this like big issue because like most of the country has gone to a point where the land is so useless because of the amount of oil that's been spilled. And
Really?
yeah, dude, like literally, like if you look into like their waters and stuff, it's
It's
drenched in
just
oil, dude. It's
what the
it's
heck?
it's it's it like they're doing a $1 billion cleanup, and actually, I just found another article. Um, in this article, one of the world's most population spots or polluted spots gets worse as a $1 billion cleanup drags on. So a 1 billion cleanup, gets offered, and now it's worse in that area. Oh, dude, here's a good picture. I'll just share this to Discord because like how just jank and awful this place has became. Where is my heck? I made a file just for podcast stuff and it just decided to like not exist anymore. Let's see, where's the chat?
We should probably wrap it up after this segment or soon. We're definitely starting to die out a little bit.
We're getting close to an hour too, and I gotta take off pretty soon.
Yeah, we're at
You got-
50. I'm at 57 minutes for recording.
I can't even send a fucking message in the chat anyway. So
Can you not?
no, I don't know why. I'll just screw myself. Okay, maybe. I don't know.
Press on the CS:GO and press open chat.
I'm just dumb. Ignore me. Let's see. It's okay. My computer is all over the place right now. It can't make up its mind where this stuff is.
I'll have it.
I literally just. Oh, here we go.
Oh, there it is. Oh,
That's oil, dude.
so this is Shell did this?
Yeah, this is all from Shell pipelines in
Wait,
Nigeria.
where did you send it to?
It's
Oh.
it's in the chat.
Discord.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's literally just a barren landscape of just like oil drenched land now,
Jesus.
and the population
This is
like
in Nigeria?
in Nigeria, yeah. So the population will like they kind of like uproot and like try to go against it, but the government's on Shell side and like the government has like responded like militarily to riots and stuff about it, and like just nobody will do anything about it. Like Shell has them in such a like a hold that they just don't care about the population. They're just there to make money.
That's
So
horrible.
so that's the entire Shell company.
Jesus.
Which turns out Shell the company isn't U.S. I thought Shell was U.S. Shell is not a U.S. company.
They're based
They're
in
not? What kind
they're
I
based
think
in
they're the U.K.
they're based in
Oh, that's fine. The UK's on our side, bro.
it said
Yeah,
Houston-
either way.
it said it's based in Houston, Texas.
Weird.
They might
'cause
have their headquarters in Houston.
Oh, they
Texas.
have Shell USA. That is a different company.
Yeah,
that is
they're
based in-
from the UK because the reason they got into Nigeria in the first place was because they had like ties with the UK.
Yeah, London, UK is their main headquarters. Okay.
Yeah, they had like ties through UK and Nigeria, and that's how they got into Nigeria in the first place.
Huh. I did not know that.
Yeah, it's like the whole thing's crazy.
All right. Well, it looks like it's about time to start wrapping it up.
Wrapping it up. Thanks for watching,
Yep.
guys.
Thanks everybody for watching.
Make
been
sure you
a
come back next week.
Every Sunday.
Every Sunday around
Every
1 or
Wednesday.
2 o'clock.
Every Wednesday.
Oh,
Oh,
when
every
you
Wednesday
post
for
Wednesday.
posting.
We stream every Sunday.
Streaming
If you
every
guys would like
Sunday.
to listen to us live, you could listen to us on XrChris YouTube channel every Sunday. The Fish Cult Podcast. The next Sunday will be episode 2.
I feel like we should make a YouTube channel for the Fish Cult and just call it the Fish Cult.
We can.
Yeah, we could do that.
And
Alright.
that way we have an actual YouTube channel for it. Alright, Fish Cult YouTube channel coming soon.
Fish Cult Podcast YouTube channel will be available before Wednesday. So as
before-
you're
yeah,
listening
before
to this,
Next out. It's
go
gonna give
subscribe
you
to our YouTube channel, the Fish Cult Podcast, and you could watch all of our live streams there.
All right.
Yep.
Goodbye.
Cool.